Hello and welcome back to the finish line and another episode of our Cheltenham Festival Ante-Post tipping video. As always, myself, Dave and Tom, we're going to give our next selection for our best Ante-Post bet of the week ahead. So, lads, who wants to take it away? Are we doing questions? Or do you want to leave them?
Yeah, I have a few questions there.
A few questions. Dave has, as always, a few questions from the viewers who think, well, go on, go through the questions.
I wasn't here last week, so we didn't get to go back over the questions when Samantha was here. The week Tom was off, and just a general consensus of that was how well Samantha was on the podcast. Now, as ever, there's the odd bug in the system, but
fools,
they can go fuck themselves.
Exactly.
I like drunk Tom,
and whoever it is. I don't know the name. It's Rosh Kaur said, I'm not watching anymore. Next week, get Mickey Mouse on and see who he fancies. And he got well and truly slated by about 58 people. So that's what you get for talking shit. So I just wanted to get that off my chest first.
Hungry Dave is good.
Someone wanted to know your best bet for the festival. Don't matter what it is. Right this minute, if you had to pick one horse.
If I had to pick one horse, and if he was definitely going Supreme Ngolo, I think he's tailor-made for Cheltenham.
Ngolo?
50-1. He's not 50s anymore. I don't know what price he is now. I think it's like 20s. If he runs in the Supreme, I think he's tailor-made. He'll travel behind the pace. He has that little turn of foot, and he stays. I think he's the best horse that came out of that race in Fairyhouse. Behind that fucking Bally something a thing bob.
A few people said you looked dapper and they were impressed with your brickwork last week, Tom. It was last week.
Wait, and you see him next week now with all the money he's at the winning.
It's gone now again. There you go.
You'll have two people stand behind him with them big leaves just fanning him. Just walking away there.
James Pierce said Andrew has lost his mind with his Albert Bartlett shout.
My mind is gone years ago, so that's not surprising.
Imperial Aura has progressed. Simply the Bets hasn't. I think that was directed at you, Tom.
One run. Like one bloody run.
So defensive.
Fuck's sake. Anyway, carry on.
I love
and then one because he ran last week.
Madness, though. This is why I got so.
Let it go, Tom. Let it go.
Ryan Gill
running make good over 7 furlongs, and it's like he's used to. It's like he's running over 7 furlongs.
Ryan Gill just said, "Hope you haven't given up hope on Captain Guinness." So we'll leave it on that one and see what your thoughts on Captain Guinness are.
No, I have not.
Okay, there you go.
I like this little comeback. It was nice to see. He definitely wasn't revved up for it. I know that personally. There's a lot more to come. Do not give up.
There's questions from the crowd there now. Well, not really questions, more so
statements.
I wanted to say that one about Samantha though. I wasn't here last week to do it. I had to go home. He
was hangry.
Look, we're grown men now. I'll give my opinion. I couldn't care less who slates me or abuses me for being bald and whatever else and in between. But it's just nonsense. Like, if you give your opinion, it don't matter if you're a 16-year-old girl or a 67-year-old man. You're entitled to your opinion. It shouldn't be slated because one person thinks they knows more than the other.
Do you know why they're slated? Because they think they're deadly, boy.
And especially if you're going to do it under a fake name on YouTube or Twitter or any of that shit.
Oh, just have a little horse emoji with bloody... I'm the best tipster in the world.
Samantha was great. That was a good podcast.
Plenty of people living at home with their mothers with nothing better to do.
Down the basement with 10 cats with a bag of Cheetos playing their PS1. Not even 5. 1.
I like Cheetos. They're lovely.
They are a class.
They're really on starving now. Like.
Joking aside about Samantha, though, I was sick and I couldn't come on, but I watched it back and she was brilliant. And, like, lads, like, she's, like, 16, is she? Like, the way she talks, Jesus Christ, I couldn't talk about horses at that age like that. She's got a massive future ahead of her in the game. So,
yeah.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, why we're here, we're about Cheltenham Festival Ante-Post. I was genuine just there in the space there for some reason.
You didn't put up my one last week, did you?
I did Court Made. Oh yeah, people want to know what did you make of Court Made and Robbie Power's ride, and you still holding hopes.
Yeah, I think.
Hold up now. I did. Did you not watch the video?
I watched half of it.
Oh my god!
Just the wrong half.
I'm really, really busy. Like,
So am I.
you're not. About 3 kids and
3 kids trying to build a website, working the
I
day
thought you were
job,
going to say build a house. I was like, you have one. Oh,
dealing with 3 kids, getting up and getting ready for school, going to work, coming back down, getting the podcast, doing stuff for that. I'm busy.
I think if Danny Mullins had a rotor, she would have won.
Hang on now. Who the hell rode this horse? Because
Robbie Power.
You just said Robbie Power. You just said Danny Mullins. I thought it was David Mullins.
Sorry, David Mullins. If David Mullins had rode the horse, I think she would have won because he obviously knows how to ride her. The few times in Ireland she's been kind of kept away from other horses and kidded along into the race. Don't know what Robbie Power was doing, switching back inside.
That was a weird move.
It was like, I honestly, to be honest, I have no idea what he was doing. I think she would have won if David was on her. If he had stayed on the outside and believed that she could get going and stay on, I think she would have won. And I still hold out hope she'd win the national hunt. I think I'd way before back and her than Galvin. I don't think Galvin will stay.
There's your answers anyway. Right, on to this week's. You wanted to go first, so you can go ahead with your selection for this week.
2 seconds now, I'll get the prices.
Or not.
Give
Just
me a
take your
break.
time there. You're the one giving out that we couldn't get the link working, and now you don't have your selection ready.
I have to get the prices.
Jesus Christ.
I'll go first if you want me to.
Yeah, go on, Tom. Yeah, fire away.
Yeah, I'm ready for once. I'm ready, and I've got 2 selections.
Every time.
We have like 8 weeks
One
left of this.
selection.
It's actually 3 bets as well.
Oh Jesus Christ! 2 selections, 3 bets.
I can't find it with.
He thinks he's above it because he's a load of money now.
My first one anyway, right? And this is the one that I'm having 2 bets on because I think he's that good. Is Stargate of Evan Williams's. The way he just put the race to bed at Sandown. What were you going to put that up as well?
No, I never heard of him.
We think it's shite.
I just never heard of him.
Shite.
Hold up now. I have to look at this. I never heard of him.
Go for coffee or
He's a
something.
lovely horse. Oh, lads, he's
I
lovely.
don't know about this.
He put the race to bed at Sandown.
Go on.
Hold up. Go on. I want to see this fella. I didn't even hear of him.
Okay. He put the race to bed at Sandown in about 3 strides. In heavy ground, quickened up.
3-horse race Sandown.
Sorry, Tom. What's his name again?
Stargate. Evan Williams horse.
No, sorry. Go on.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, he'd won a 15-runner maiden hurdle at Chepstow the time before that. Now, he started him off over 2 mile 3.5, and that was over 2 mile 4 at Sandown in a grade 2. Doesn't look like it doesn't look like it's lacking a turn of foot to me. I think he's probably a Ballymore horse. He could be a Bartlett horse. Okay. My bet is going to be 1 point to win for the Ballymore and half a point to win.
Since when do we deal with points?
Just advising people of a staking plan if they're going to back this horse. So my bet is to have 1 point on him for the Ballymore and half of that stake on him for the... Sorry. Yes. 1 point on him for the Ballymore and half of that stake on him for the Albert Bartlett.
Oh my God, heaven above.
So, lads, I think he's a really, really smart horse. I'm excited by him. Probably the only English horse I'm going to put up for the whole Ante-Post selections. But no, he's really nice. And my next one, then while we're at it, is Holy Macapony for the Bartlett.
Should have just done
he
that one.
win at the weekend. I think he looks really smart. You can get 16-1. I think it'd be 10-1 or shorter after the weekend. And in a race where you look at that market at the minute, Stargate is in a few markets as second favourite, and then Make Good is third favourite, and then Fakira, who I think he'll beat. there's a whole heap of Ballymore horses or Supreme horses, but not a lot of stayers at the minute. And I think Holy Macapony is the standout for me.
Do you know what? You mentioned Make Good there, and you pulled that face you always pull when you think of a horse that just should not be in the betting.
Isn't that looking like some shout now from me 2 weeks ago? Make Good. Any race?
It's like you're talking about him like he's one of your ex-girlfriends.
Told you, Tom. Andrew, after saying it numerous times, as soon as you give up on a horse and we take him under our wing, they become better.
It's like sending to a better trainer.
But Percy, we're not taking.
No, I don't like
that was a one-time deal. Just
we
to
felt
annoy
bad
him.
for him.
Yeah. No, you're fine, lads. You can tip whatever you want now. That's my 2.
Okay, my one was put up 2 years ago by Andrew at a ridiculously good price. He was put up as probably my best bet last year, and I'm going to put him up again.
I know it is.
Album Photo in the Gold Cup.
And the boom.
He's 5-1 favourite. His price maybe won't change a whole lot. I think it'll stay in around 4-1. It's just simple fact that he's the best chance of winning the Gold Cup. I was worried about Top of the Game, who is just never going to come back, I wouldn't think, with all the leg issues he has. Santini isn't good enough. Lost in Translation isn't good enough. The horses that usually have a chance are the second season novices. So you're talking about Manila Indo and Champ. They're not good enough. I like Champ, but he doesn't jump well enough to win the Gold Cup.
I wouldn't say Manila Indo's like
Manila Indo's an aeroplane.
Manila Indo won't beat Album Photo. I think he's a unbelievably good bet again. It'll follow the same path. Tremor to the Gold Cup, and he'll win it 3 times like Best Mate did.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me, but I'm happy with my Manila Indo bet.
You just don't like Album Photo because you weren't on him last year, the year before. Yeah, see, I knew it.
That's a great joke. I love Album Photo. I'll back him every time he runs in the Gold Cup, no matter if he's 10 or 15.
Just everything you want in a horse to win the Gold Cup. And I went into a bit more last year about what you need and the reason the others wouldn't win. The same applies this year.
Like he can win it at a fast pace. He can win it on a slow pace. He has a tactical speed. His jumping is adequate. I wouldn't say it's the best jumping in the world, but he gets down nitty and gritty when he needs to, and he gets the job done. Like he's not most people's cup of tea because he runs twice a year, but he's a 2-time Gold Cup winner. More importantly,
that's how you get multiple Gold Cup winners, though.
Exactly.
Like I had a conversation. Like I put up Album Photo the one horse of the year yesterday, and I wouldn't say I had an argument with someone on Twitter about it. She's like, "Oh, it's just not good for the game." I was like, "How is it not good for the game? He's after beating multiple Grade 1 winners in behind him, the Savage Chase winner from Leopardstown in behind him, the Irish Gold Cup winner in behind him, the best the English have to offer in behind him 2 years in a row. How is that not the best horse in training?"
He just has no negatives. The thing about him is he's no negatives. For the price he is, he's no negatives. Santini doesn't have the pace. Manila Indo, the races he won this year, there's no way he should be the price he is. He should be 16, 18 to 1. And he's still a little bit immature. Champ can't jump. Realistically, I really like Champ. He's not good enough. He doesn't jump well enough to win it. Then Lost in Translation. Who knows what he's going to do? He couldn't win it last year. He's not going to win it this year. Same again. Second season novice kind of thing. Like, he's literally the only horse with no negatives. He's still 5-1. It's an unbelievably good bet. Same as last year, he was 8-1. An unbelievably good bet.
Do you know what I think is funny about him, though? I reckon if they ran him more, he'd be better. Because you look at a season, if you look at a season where his novice season, he fell in the RSA, the more times they ran him again, he was getting better and better. He won the Grade 1 at Fairyhouse and won it well. He was going to Pole up in another Grade 1 at Punchestown. He doesn't lack for. It's not like he actually needs his break in between races.
He doesn't,
because he's won it before.
They run him for the reason to keep him fresh, and he does want give underfoot of some kind of description. He doesn't want to be running in October when the ground he comes out in January in Tremor because the ground is heavy. Then in March at Cheltenham, you're not going to get like firm ground. It'll be good to soft. perfect for him. The time it punches down Ken Boy bet him, the ground was against him. So they do save him a little bit. But look, he's class. He's no negatives. He's speed.
He's everything you want in a Gold Cup horse.
He stays. He's a perfect Gold Cup horse.
There's nothing flashy about him. That's probably his downfall. Well, I say his downfall. There's no downfall to it. He's not. The reason he's not flashy is the reason why people aren't latching on.
Yeah. But look, I love him, man, and you love him. So he does for me what I wanted him to.
Oh, look, I'm going to be backing him no matter what. But anyway, yeah, it's a solid shout. You're going to get put up worse favourites. I say worse favourites, short price favourites. Shorter price horses that are favourites that there's more question marks about. That's what I was trying to say.
Yep.
This is half a bloody Cheltenham Festival preview now, but I think his only danger is Manila Indo. I know you don't like him. I think he's had to come on leaps and bounds this year.
He has two dangers, Champ and Manila Indo, but they haven't done anything remotely good enough to show that they can beat him.
Yeah, but then you say Album Photo when he wins the Palmore, he doesn't do that. But anyway, look, they all have to beat Album Photo. There's no two ways about it. They all have to step up to his level, which is a high level to crack.
How long is our Cheltenham preview going to be this year? Like 4 hours?
2 days?
An hour a day at least. Oh, it would actually be more than that, wouldn't it?
I'm going to need to take time off work, so I need to know in advance. You know what? We'll probably be in lockdown again. Forget it. It'll be something to do.
We will, Dave. We'll be in lockdown again.
I think so, Tom, yeah.
No vaccines, nothing in lockdown.
No, we're not getting into this now.
Go on anyway. What's yours?
Mine is for the cross country, and it is Sumneck at 25-1.
I love this. That's great now. I when you said cross, yes, I love taking on that French fella. That's that's my favorite of the whole lot.
On the basis of on the basis that Tiger Roll is probably not the horse that he was on the base of his 2 runs.
2020, 2 John McConnell horses tipped Cheltenham previews, Ante-Post on the finish line. I'm done. I'm done with this now. 2 John McConnell horses, and both of them won last week. And you didn't back any of them, Tom.
Cheltenham.
And you didn't back any of them.
This is exactly on the basis of that. It was his second run around cross-country courses. His first one was obviously at Punchestown, where he came third to Never Russia. His first around Cheltenham then, where he reversed the form in no uncertain circumstances. He's going to improve again, in my eyes, on the jumping department around there. He stays all day long. He's that touch of class that you want. Not all horses that go cross-country who are decent enough horses can transform it around there. He seems to love it around there. He travels behind the travels nicely away. You can put him anywhere in a race. Doesn't bother him if he makes a little mistake. He just gets on with it. Battles well to the line. Yes, they're going to be running off level weights. But then you look at the prices. It's 25-1 for the horses that they're winning around there. Winning well. It's only his second start around the cross-country courses. I think 25-1 is a ridiculous price.
I'm all in it. That's brilliant now.
And he's great.
I think that's great.
Yeah. I think that's a fair shout, especially each way in that race. Yeah. That's a good shout.
There you go.
He's definitely drunk. He's agreeing with me.
That is because Easy's is making the market, so
he is
trying to find one against them, and he looks to be progressive in that discipline now.
Yeah, like Easylands is the worthy favourite because he boarded up him last year. On the basis of 2 runs that Tiger Roll put in this year, I can't go anywhere near him on the back of that. Yes, this first year he won around the cross country. He ran like a dog in the same race.
He didn't know. He travelled and jumped, and he was around for a schooling session that day. Yeah.
I just think everything is catching up to him now. He's a small horse. He's at the winning 2 Grand Nationals. It's going to take a hell of a lot out of you. He's at the winning 4 times the festival. 4 times at the festival. I would not be surprised if he doesn't turn up. I think they'll give him. They'll bring him away. Like they brought him away this week around hunting with Keith Donoghue, which he seems to enjoy. He enjoys that. If that doesn't spark a bit of life into him again in the next few weeks, I say they'll put the plug on it. He doesn't know anything. Why would you risk him if he's not enjoying it?
Oh, well.
Yeah, so some neck 25-1 for the cross country chase. It's genuinely one of my favorite races of the week. I love the cross country chase.
Album photo for me, and yeah, court made for last week when I wasn't here.
Yeah, and Tom, yours is again
Stargate and Holy Macapony.
Who will win on Friday?
Yeah, you want him to win on Friday, so Tom. Yeah.
So, if you really think he's going to win on Friday, lads, back him because
get the money down.
He's very, very good.
Holy Macapony against Make Good Friday at Cheltenham. Who's going to do it? Come on, Make Good.
Holy Macapony will lap him. But anyway, that's.
I
never seen you so lost for words, Tom.
I can see him doing it. I can see me on Holy Macapony at 16s to win a nice few quid. And that fucking thing come and do me on the line.
You thought it'd be me that'd never hear the end of this for the things I said about Make Good. But when he wins at Cheltenham and beats Holy Macapony, you're going to leave the podcast, I'd say.
No, do you know what I'm going to do?
You're never going to hear the end of it.
It's on the worst watch you've ever seen.
It's on his wedding day as well, which is worse.
Oh my God, it's on your wedding day.
It's going to ruin your wedding day.
That would ruin my wedding day, yes.
You see him in his first dance with your phone.
Some of the lads
Tom smiled. Not talking anymore.
Some of the lads now took the advice. They have 100-1 for him to win the Bartlett.
It's a decent price.
Fair play, no? So my future mother-in-law came down this week for Siobhan's birthday, and one of the first things she said to me was, "Is Percy going to win the Gold Cup?" So I said, "We've got a chance, Mary. I've got her on at 50-1."
So Mary, if you're watching this, cash out, love. Cash out.
Can we end it now before this starts?
Yes.
You start going about podcast about
before
Percy.
Tom names out how many family members you had to get on Percy and Easy's Land, and I was going to say Make Good, but he's got.
Oh, he's my horse.
You can't take credit for him, really.
I am taking credit for Tom. Left him behind.
It's true. It's true. So you never leave a man behind.
No, Tom just got rid of him.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, on that bombshell,
he literally won money off.
I fell 2 seconds ago. Can we wrap this up before shit goes on? And he keeps talking.
Because you're right. You never leave a man behind. He literally won money and just kicked him to the curb thereafter.
You say you'll never leave a man behind. Where did you leave me at Punchtown one day talking to some mad joke at 2 o'clock in the morning in a bar in the hotel?
Now it's definitely time to wrap up.
I went for a piss and I came back and he was talking to 4 outlets and I was like, I'm not having none of this.
He dragged you away.
You're on your own now, like.
Anyway, we are back on Sunday for Talking Points, where we will review everything over the weekend from Ascot and Grade 2 at Navan. And after we talk about everything there, we're going to have a Christmas quiz where you can win 2 tickets to Punchtown Festival, all being well, that it goes ahead. And a few finish line books with the silks of your choice on it. So anyway, again, thanks for watching us. Like and subscribe and put down below your selection for Cheltenham Festival Ante-Post tips this week. So again, we will see you on Sunday, 8 o'clock live on YouTube and Facebook.